This is NextGen TV at the National Conference in London. I'm talking to Graham Bolton of award-winning Cambium Networks. Graham, congratulations last night. Rural Leadership, you were a major award winner.
Thank you very much, Brian. Yes, we were absolutely delighted to actually receive the award along with All Pay Broadband. Cambium Networks have been working with All Pay Broadband for quite a long time now, and as I say, we're really delighted that our company and our products can actually be showcased on such a prestigious award from the NextGen organisation. So yeah, we are really delighted.
Yeah, and I think it involves some really unique problems with a lot of rural churches, for example.
Yes, you're absolutely right. So part of the deal with All Pay Broadband is they're working with the Diocese of Herefordshire. Now, to actually get good wireless broadband, fixed wireless broadband out, you need obviously high buildings, and you can't get better high buildings than churches. So there's obviously some difficulties how you get the equipment onto the old buildings, and part of the work that they've done with the Diocese of Hertfordshire is to actually shorten that planning cycle and make it much easier to actually deploy the equipment on the churches. So All Pay working with the community, working with the Diocese of Hertfordshire, and actually Cambium working with them to actually make it all come together. It really has been a great project to be part of.
Great. Now, you've been at some of these events over the last few months. What do you think of the debate this week on the UK and its broadband issues?
Well, I think it's been a really interesting debate. I did a presentation here about using wireless broadband for rural areas, but in general, what I've heard here at the event is a lot about fibre. And fibre obviously has a great role to play in how we actually deploy broadband, but it obviously takes a long time, there's a lot of money to deploy fibre, and this is why at Cambium Networks we attend these events, because wireless broadband is a real alternative to get broadband out a lot quicker and to areas where fibre and DSL can't reach. So that's from Cambium Networks. We want to see a lot more talked about of wireless broadband.
And I think Lord Inglewood was more or less talking on the same lines when he was talking about horses for courses.
Yeah, I think you're right. You know, there is a role to play for all the different types of technologies, and I accept that fibre and DSL will be a major role, but you know, we can talk about these things a lot, and we can talk about super fast speeds and wanting all that, but actually we want it now, and we don't want to wait. And that was the point he was making, you know, and not wanting to wait, you can actually use Cambium Networks equipment. It's ready and available and can provide, you know, super fast broadband speeds today. So I think he made some really great points last night.
Yeah, and while everybody's debating it, we can actually say that in Herefordshire you guys have delivered.
Absolutely, yes. You know, they've got great services. They can have a basic broadband speed if they wanted 2 megabits, but also their network will actually supply up to 35 megabits as well, you know, on Cambium Networks equipment. So that's great, and that is the proof of the pudding that wireless broadband can do, you know, exactly the same as fibre and DSL in terms of providing a viable and decent broadband service.
Fantastic. Well, congratulations again, and thanks for talking to us at NextGen TV.
Thank you, Brian. It's been great.